Many thanks for joining us on today's edition of Joy Asanya Live. Today we'll be focusing on reforms, reality, and the road ahead. Are Tinubu's policies truly delivering for Nigeria? Because the country is in the middle of one of its most ambitious socio-economic reform phases in decades, from subsidy removal to exchange rate unification and fiscal restructuring. The Tinubu administration insists that difficult decisions today are necessary for long-term national stability. Supporters of the president argue that the policies are beginning to yield results, especially at macroeconomic level rather, even if the impact feels slow and distant to many Nigerians at the grassroots. Tonight we engage one of the administration's vocal defenders and policy advocates, Mustafa Mo Aliyu is a member of the City Boy movement, one of the foremost support groups for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He joins us to explain the thinking behind the reforms, assess progress so far, and respond to concerns from Nigerians who say they are yet to feel the promises and dividends of this administration. Reality and the road ahead. Is Tinubu's government really delivering for Nigerians? That's what we are discussing today. And like I told you earlier, we have a member of the City Boy movement, one of the foremost support groups of the president, Mustafa Mo Aliyu. Many thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me on your station. Thank you for having me, Joy.
It's wonderful to have you. There's so much to discuss, especially at this point where Nigerians are grumbling. The Yuletide season is here. As much as we can see progress in some of the, I will not say prices of food did not crash. We saw that, but there's still a lot of grumbling going on. So my first question will be: the president says that the reforms are working, while many Nigerians say life has become even harder. If you have to start by giving us an overview of how you can reconcile these realities. I mean, from where you're sitting, you're all suited up. I expect you're not suffering what a lot of Nigerians are suffering. But if you can, as much as you can, objectively, tell us how you can marry these realities between these two sides.
Okay, thank you once more, Joy, for having me on your TV. And just like you said, I'm a member of the City Boy movement. City Boy movement is a youth progressive movement. We have been engaging a lot of youth and in the domain of the country itself, and we have been doing our bit to see that we can align with the Mr. President Renew Hope agenda, which for me and so many other Nigerians out there is yielding a lot of benefit. And just like you said before, you asked me to go ahead to talk about what's happening in the society, that you can actually sense some kind of progress, which is actually so commendable for you to say that. Mr. President came into the seat of power when the country is on the peak of breaking off. Like, we've never had a situation before now where you have a country at the brink of, going off. There was no reserve. There was actually nothing we can say about fuel subsidy. And there was actually a lot of, chaos when it comes to administrative, procedure in the country. So,
okay, so we have to back it up a bit. You said first of all, it was at the brink of falling out. Falling off. I'm not sure what you meant, but I mean, the president had said, "Don't give me a break." I know the challenges Nigerians are facing at the time. I'm going to hit the ground running. While that's a political statement we often laugh at, is that an excuse for the slow impact and reflection of the president's policies?
You can actually call it slow on your own perspective.
I'm calling it slow because I'm reflecting what supporters like yourself say.
Supporters like me have been so impressed with what the president have been doing since he came into office.
Okay,
and
okay.
If you
I'm happy you're impressed.
Yes, I am.
So I would like highlights of what has impressed you so far.
So now we're seeing a country that is dependent on its own capacity, a country that have been able to have
capacity in what?
In many ways. And if you just allow me to just explain myself, then I'll tell you what ways we're talking about. Now, Mr. President removed the fuel subsidy on the first day.
Okay.
And the impact of removing this fuel subsidy, yes, you can say it was actually a harsh decision. And sometimes, as a leader, you have to take those harsh decisions because those are the decisions that is going to make the country work. Working doesn't mean it's going to change overnight. That's what people get misconcepted. They always feel like being a governance or being in governance means that you're going to be a magician. No, when you're trying to put your house in order, there are certain steps and procedure you have to take for your house to be in order. And that's what Mr. President have been on. The removal of subsidies have enabled a lot of governors have more revenues to their state for them to improve.
Don't you see something wrong with that in itself? I am one of the journalists. My supporters know that I supported the removal of fuel subsidy.
So if I may ask, what is wrong in there? Because what we're trying to say now is that first subsidy was more like having to have little portion of some people gaining benefit from it. Okay. But now we don't see the fuel scarcity anymore. Now we see that everybody can move into the fuel stations and get the fuel and
Nigerians are still very skeptical about that. If I may, just so that we have a proper dialogue and follow things one after the other. You're talking about one of his many landmark policy reforms as removal of fuel subsidy. I supported removal of fuel subsidy. Sure. I thought at the time that Nigerians would be better off. I don't think at the moment that your president, our president, has made good decisions after the removal of fuel subsidy because I thought there were initiatives that could have been rolling faster. I supported CNG. I am all for clean.
What initiative are you talking about?
I am all for clean.
You're a journalist.
Exactly.
You're a journalist. The problem I have with journalists in this country is that you people don't do investigative journalism.
That's why we're here.
That's why I'm here. So let me speak about what I'm talking about.
Right.
So if you're talking about me saying that, why am I so impressed about my president? My president have been that guy who have come to do the job the right way it's supposed to be done. Because what we have been having is just a big and call stuff. This guy went to the seat of power. He saw the undemandable problems that comes with leadership. And he have been able to take right step at each time to put those things to rest.
Okay, so
now I've just talked about.
I want to say something because you're beginning to get emotional. But I want facts and figures.
2 years before now,
right?
During this tide period, if you remember, you can see a lot of fuel queue. People can't even get fuel to buy, and there was subsidy then. So what is the essence?
So a couple of months ago, we've been on the queues.
No.
Couple of weeks ago,
those queues are not compared to what we were going through in this country.
Okay.
I don't want to lay more emphasis on just fuel subsidies because you have done so much that you can't even imagine for people like us who have actually noticed what is doing.
More facts and figures. You said he has done more. I want you to hit it.
Now,
what should we celebrate about the removal of your subsidy? For my grandmother in the village, what are we celebrating?
We are celebrating the fact that now we can actually be dependent on just importing fuel.
Right.
We are actually exporting. I got data that said that Nigeria is actually one of the third country in the world now exporting fuel. And thank God to the Dangote. Thank God to the Dangote refinery, which the president administration have been supporting so closely. You can know about the Naira on track.
Exchange rates with Dangote.
Yeah, that is a remarkable stand. Any president that does that should be given a recommendation and a commendation for doing that. So that's one fact of it. Okay. And now we're seeing that everything is actually going at a stance. The fuel price have been gradually reducing. And this is just going to the third year of Mr. President. Who knows what this fuel price will be in the fourth year, fifth year or so. Because now we have taken the right step in that direction to make sure that people have availability to fuel. And we are giving alternative of CNGs and so many. Yes, you said the infrastructure of the CNGs are not on ground. And that's basically because we're starting from scratch. This man is giving Nigeria an alternative way of thinking. All we do in this country was to share the money that we got from fuel subsidy without even knowing what we're using to do. A lot of projects across the federation have been going on. Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway, that's in Miami, in Nigeria. if you can actually see the 30 kilometers that have already been done, you will see that you can actually see the river areas and all that. This is differential infrastructure. This is somebody coming to change the narrative of what Nigeria was not about before. But now we're going into a different dimension. People want to come to invest now in Nigeria because we have actually given them that pride, that
in spite
authority.
of, okay,
Yeah.
now thank you so much. I mean, this is my penthouse, so I like to say I control here.
No problem.
So yeah, in spite of the unfortunate stories coming out of Nigeria, because
Sure.
simultaneously while we mentioned this, we also have unfavorable stories affecting our foreign direct investment. So top of my list would be the security challenges we still face.
Good.
And you are talking about the CNG, the Nigeria alternative energy.
Yeah.
That I have not seen a deliberate rollout that is commendable from my end. I had expected that we would be fabricating by now. I had expected that we would have conversion kits in country, especially the CNG. If you move out of this vicinity right now to the nearest junction out there, you will see people struggling. Transportation still seems like the biggest issue for us. I don't want us to dwell too much in the removal of fuel subsidy.
Sure.
Like I said, I commend some of the initiatives of this administration. But my question is, how do we hit it home to the grassroots? How do we get Nigerians to know what is really going on?
No.
Because it is indeed not reflecting.
No.
Nigerians are groaning, like I told you earlier.
In the history of Nigeria, there have not been a president who have rolled out a lot of grassroots initiative.
That can very well be argued, but I want you to focus on the story.
We're not talking about argument. We're talking
that can
about,
very well be argued. And I will not put this president side by side any other, because he's just got 2 years, or say what, a little over 2 years.
What you're saying.
Exactly.
So that means
he
needs more time. He needs more time to realize, actualize all that he wants to do for this country.
That's arguable.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, when you see a contractor somewhere, I actually do site work. When you see a building plan, when you see a foundation that is solid, and when you see a foundation that is not solid, you can tell the difference. This foundation that Mr. President is putting Nigeria on right now, it's so solid that he's not talking about the immediate. Mr. President, I've never talked about the immediate. That's why the group movement of City Boy, who in their own wisdom are the youth progressive, have actually aligned with this Mr. President, because Mr. President is seeing more of future. He's a futuristic president. It's not the immediate. If you look at any country who have gotten it right, they went through this hardship. Is it China? Is it Singapore? Is it even the USA? Nothing starts easy. You have to take those both steps, so that the time for you to enjoy will come. And then guess what? It's going to be our children, our children. And that's what this president should be giving the whole lot of commendation for. Because it's not talking about the immediate. Most presidents come and do what now? This guy is doing what's later. And that's the difference.
In what sense? What are those?
In setting the foundation
if you will let
strong.
Me, if you will let me. In what sense are we to celebrate? He keeps saying, and we've heard the president say, it's like a teething period, it will end. It's like, just listen.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a pregnant woman who will deliver and all of that. And you are a supporter of this president. Sure. Again, I'm asking for facts and figures.
I've been telling you that.
Now, in what sense, what policy exactly would you say right now is burning or is brewing that Nigerians are going to celebrate from? Economically, we are groaning. We are seeing
the naira is getting stronger by the day, dollar.
But infrastructure.
Do you believe that?
Infrastructure.
Absolutely. Infrastructure is the highest ever in this country.
Energy.
Yes, because you're looking at the Lagos Calabar, you're looking at the Abuja Lokoja, you're looking at the Enugu to Onitsha, you're looking at the Sokoto to Badagry, you are looking at the Kaduna to Lagos, which have been given.
Please. I'm also looking at the ones that are not being managed.
Those were security challenges.
And not security challenges. I'm talking about management of facilities.
That was not his tenure. He came into to meet those kind of atrocities.
You know, when I have conversations with people like you who are,
you know what people like you don't understand. You feel, like I said earlier, you feel like being a leader is a magician kind of, stunt. You just want your anger and everything just change. No, it takes a lot of process, thinking, mentality. This is a leader that have been able to bring everybody on board. It doesn't mind if you're an APC, PDP, or whatever. Once you can do the job, you come on board. Look at Mr. Wike. Mr. Wike is transforming Abuja into a very different kind of landmark.
With Wike, we give him a break, because you just said that I'm expecting fast. And you have just mentioned somebody who hit the ground running.
Who brought him into the game?
Today, less than...
Who brought... Wike just celebrated his 58...
Are you listening? In less than 2 years, we could see infrastructural development across Abuja.
If he wasn't getting support from the president, how is he going to do that?
I agree. So if I expect the same thing from your president, I don't think it's out of place. You're speaking from both sides of the mouth.
My president is doing a larger picture.
The president insecurity
before in the past, where was the situation where in the northeast you have close to almost 74 local government captured by bandits. In the past, please let me finish. In the past, you can't move from Abuja to Kaduna. I saw in the past generals coming into the train. What does that tell you? They can't even save themselves. They are coming to, but now the situation is not what it is. The kidnapping in Abuja to Kaduna highway have been gone. And everyone who have been kidnapped of recent, the president have shown a lot of commitment to do his job by rescuing them or by going out for those bandits. And that's why the president's change of minister, where the former chief of defense staff, CG Musa, is now the current minister of defense, have to come on board. That's a thinker president. He doesn't go home to sleep because he's thinking about his country, because the major thing of a president is to save the life and property of his people. And he did that. How many people do you know who do that kind of sweet? We've never had it before. A security challenge is happening and the president goes to change the defense minister. Where? It never happened.
Oh, that means that's another very funny story that I could tell you.
Okay, please.
And that came after a tweet by the president of the United States threatening to come guns a-blazing to Nigeria because unfortunately the narrative that was going outside Nigeria was that Nigeria there was
Christian
Christian genocide. Unfortunately, Nigerians now saw these swift actions that you are celebrating of the government. And I ask you, does it have to take an external, an alien or a foreign country to bring us there? But we digress. Yes. Now, beyond defending the government with so passionately, my question would be, what do you get back as the City Boy movement? I know you engage a lot with young people. What are the feelings or pulse that you get back from Nigerians when you go with this passion that you express and tell them how the president is working? We should not expect swift, blossoming results from his initiatives. When you go like that, what
let me tell you the easy way to answer this question of yours.
Absolutely.
I asked them, where were we and where are we now? Because where we are was a mirage. People don't really know that Nigeria was in a life support. We're out of life support. We're getting medical treatment and we have to start a healthy life. That is where we are right now. And let me tell you something. When you talk about people in the streets, somebody will want to transportation is high, stuff is this, things are hard and all that kind of a thing. But of course it's going to be hard when governors before now couldn't pay salary.
Okay, that's
but now they are paying salaries.
Right. Now,
under Mr. President,
we still have so much.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
We still have so much to discuss.
There's no one governor that can look into the face of Nigerians and say he can't pay salaries, because this man is giving the right directive, governance needed for development in this country.
We've been discussing Tinubu's reforms and how these policies, whether they are truly delivering for Nigerians. Like I told you earlier, we have Mustafa Mo Aliyu, member of the City Boy movement. We've been discussing what he decides or what he perceives the president's feelings are when it comes to where the president's head is at when it comes to the policies of government that are ongoing. But we have taken the conversation now to the City Boy movement. I had asked before
All
we
right.
went on that short break
Okay.
what the pulse is of Nigerians when you come telling them that it's just a matter of time and that they will start seeing or reaping the benefits
Sure.
of the initiative of government. And I would like to also know what you've been doing so far. I mean, in a couple of months will be election year.
Sure.
Right now, I would also, in the course of conversation,
Okay.
get to know whether this president is going back. There's no official statement yet.
Okay, then definitely, first thing for sure is that Mr. President, by the special grace of God, is coming back 2027.
Now you talk more.
Yes, because we support him and we know he's doing the difference. And the
Right.
difference is clear for we in City Boy movement to see. And that's why, under the able leadership of our DG, Honorable Oluwatosin Shoga, we have been able to create more awareness at the grassroots. We have been able to partner with so many bodies and MDAs.
Is that why he's not in the studio today? He's usually a regular here on the show.
Oh, so, he's a friend of you guys, so maybe there's an excuse for that, absent. So where I'm going to is different. Like, we have been able to, engage with so many MDAs and so many parastatals like PIC, CNG, to see how we can get this kit and infrastructure for the CNG and alternative energy on ground. And
on ground, hold on. Don't
yeah.
ride through it.
All right.
I want to know what it is you do with the CNG. You said ensuring that the kits are on ground.
Ensuring that everybody have access to what it is CNG
I thought
is
there
all
was a
about.
roadmap. There was a plan.
That's what I'm trying to say.
A
roadmap means it's starting and it gets a process step by step till it gets to the finish. That's a roadmap. If you agree, is that a roadmap? So if that's a roadmap, we're trying to see how the roadmap can be achievable.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what
I'm just unable to picture what a support group is doing with government initiatives.
Secondly, again, the City Boy movement have been able to navigate properly in terms of creating more youthful leadership. And that's because we have in the person of Mr. Tinubu, who is also our grand patron, trying to see that everything is possible for leaders of today can be youth of today can be leaders of tomorrow.
How are you achieving that?
Yes, we have been achieving that through a lot of engagement. We have been having a lot of engagement. I think we have one in Lagos, we had one in Imo, Edo, and all that. We have fantastic youth who are in various places as leaders, EDs, MDs, and all that, and they are performing top notch. And they're doing very well. And that's
how did the City Boy help in that? Is it the City Boy movement that got them into those political?
No, we didn't get them. We kind of actually know and recommend people who are refined, who are passionate about this country. There's a lot of passionate youth out there.
Okay, I'm a passionate youth, and I think I have what it takes to be the MD of one of the parastatals. Can I come meet the City Boy to recommend me for an appointment?
For now, but till then we're doing better things out there.
I'm just trying to get an idea of what is this, the kind of support the City Boy movement is giving to young people
That's
in
what I'm
leadership.
trying to tell you. Mentoring, tutoring, various stakeholder meetings and engagement. We have had town halls, outreach. We talk to people in universities. We talk to NYC's graduates. We're trying to prepare them for what Nigeria is all about. One thing I didn't tell you about Mr. President achievement is ninefold. No president in the history of Nigeria have ever brought an initiative of ninefold. Over 120 billion have been spent on ninefold, and over 500,000 students have been in university institution going through their studies without no stress because there's a support from the federal government. I want you to give a clap for that if you really want to know that people are doing well. That's my president.
I don't clap on my show.
No. I'm just being sarcastic. But what I'm trying to say is that when you talk about City Boy movement, we are engaging youth, preparing them for what leadership is all about.
Okay.
And that goes a long way. And you have to mentally tell them what it is for for you to be a leader. And that's by doing a lot of engagement, outreach, and all what have you. And we've been doing support of empowerment. We have been empowering women in the grassroots, in the locality. And we have been giving them our little support to see that, yes, the hardship that everybody is actually going through because of the good developmental strive of the Mr. President is being cushioned a little bit easy on them. So that's a lot we've been doing.
Does that ever come a time that the city boy is like, you know what, this particular reform policy initiative of government does not necessarily favor our youth constituency? Let's reach out to the president. Let's reach out to relevant stakeholders or whoever is in charge of those policies, or reaching the president to say, you know what, can you adjust it here? Can you do it here? This is the reactions we are getting from the grassroots, the youth population that you work with. Has there ever come a time you're like, I don't think this is a good move, or you're just blindly following the president, whatever initiative he does, you give him a thumbs up for?
The person you call the president right now is a great visionary. And he needs not to be told what to do, because he have done something remarkable in Lagos State.
Even the best of them need feedback.
And in Lagos State, it didn't take Mr. President the 8 years he spent in Lagos State to transform what Lagos is all about right now. It took succession years after he left there as a governor to make Lagos what it is all about. Now go to Lagos. Lagos is a mini country on its own. They are doing budget of 4 to 5 trillion in a year. And that is to his benefit. When he came to the office, he saw that Lagos was making up to 60 million and he rose it to 7 billion monthly. And that's a visionary. So why are you going to tell that kind of person who is economically intact, who is sensibility, knows that, yes, these things I'm doing is for the future generation, not for the immediate. And that's why I say renew hope. And I guess that you know that renew hope is here, because our hope was dashed. A lot of presidents before him have actually dashed our hope. We felt like Buhari might, do his best, but I can't really want to talk about that. I'm talking about my own leader itself, that Mr. President Tinubu, and he's a visionary. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's a visionary. He's a master of his act. He's a teacher. He knows what to do for an economic to reform to a positive from a negative.
And above correction. Well, since he is a visionary and does not have feedbacks, he does not need feedback that would direct his policies and reforms. May I also ask, do you also see loopholes that he probably will not be seeing? Because if he's a know-all, which concerns me a lot, do you also see loopholes? Because we are talking about a government without insulting the sensibilities of Nigerians who are unable to use the train because most of them aren't functioning, afraid to use the roads because if you don't have the issues of bad road infrastructure, you're afraid of being kidnapped. We've had stories today. I was in tears because I saw some gentlemen who were kidnapped on the road. This scares me to my bones. Without insulting the sensibilities of Nigerians, we have Nigerians who are unable to afford meals. Today we are happy. We are happy. We are in a country that we are happy that a bag of rice is at 70 something, 50 something thousand naira. But you and I know where it used to be. These are the ripple effects of the removal of fuel subsidy that some of us are bashed for supporting. So I'm saying, in your engagement as City Boy movement, do you also have you seen lapses that you sometimes say, maybe, just maybe, this president should also look more into this or that?
All right. So thank you for this question, because it's actually a question that I really love to answer. You just told me that when I say he's good at all what he does, doesn't mean he can't make a mistake, or doesn't mean he's 100% superwoman. He's a woman being, of course, and his best is what I'm trying to let you know about.
Okay.
His best have been so commendable, and that's why people like us in the City Boy movement, we support the Mr. President to succeed. Because that's what all Nigerians should do. We should be all rallying around this president, because he wish this country well. It's not about embezzling. It's not about corruption. Have you had any practice of corruption lately? No. And let me.
No, you have asked and
Yes.
answered.
Of course,
You
because
have
I'm
asked
so.
before I could
No,
answer.
no. You
Are you the
you
judge and
answering
jury?
you answering is like I really don't know what I'm asking. I ask because I know what I'm asking, and that's why I'm trying to tell you that no.
Right.
So now where I'm going to is different.
But I can
You need
actually
to
have
tell the
I have
Nigerian public.
instances.
You need to tell the Nigerian public the correct happenings of the country today. What you just narrated about kidnapping up and there, the roads, not that. This is not what it is in this country. Have you seen the thickness of roads now that have been done under David Umahi as the Minister of Works? Have you gone to see any of those roads?
When last did you travel?
Those roads that have been done.
When last did you travel to say what?
To where?
Benin.
To
Benin.
Benin. So was the road bad before he came into the office?
Again here.
No. Was the road bad? I want to ask you.
This
If you can't tell me if the road was bad, you don't have the right to tell me the road is good now. Because we are going.
That has told us. We
have a budget.
Aliyu,
we have a budget.
Aliyu,
please. I need Nigerians to understand something.
Right.
We have a budget.
That in places where he has done well, it is okay.
And we keep doing well.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you have a budget,
is this the conversation
in economics, that's what it's called scale of preference, please.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Is this the conversation you have with your grassroots people? I just mentioned the thoughts of Nigerians.
Our grassroots people are happy.
Oh, really?
They're happy because they have hope coming.
Right.
And the fact that things are beginning to change for the better, we should appreciate that.
Do you know
the right bag of rice you're talking about was 100,000 naira before, but now it's going to 70. Guess what? It's going to get reduced. It's not going up anymore.
A new index in Nigeria
not going up anymore.
shows that 76% of
a lot of foreigners now are coming back.
Okay.
You spoke about Trump. You spoke about Trump, but you saw that Trump was even sending representatives to this country. Yeah, we are doing that.
I like to hear yourself talk. I'm unable to get anything out, and I'm hoping above everything that this isn't how you engage with.
Baby, you don't want me to say no. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And I'm telling you that we have 76% of Nigerian MSMEs, that's the medium small scale businesses, failing in the first year because of the hardship. Financial institutions are not giving out loans to MSMEs. So people are groaning whether we want to hide our head in the sand because you are all suited up here looking good. Obviously, you've eaten.
Are you aware of the new? Are you aware of the new? All right. Yeah.
My question, so that we have direction in this conversation that we are having today,
sure.
is: you are claiming in your last statement that grassroots are happy. Everyone in the grassroots is happy.
Definitely.
But I wanted to also ask
that
is it possible that there's a communication gap between these happy grassroots and the unhappy ones? Because if a quick swipe or going to the internet will show very unfortunate, concerning comments about Nigerians. You're talking about a population of your constituency that you work in, trying to leave this country. If you go to the smallest countries around the world, look at the embassies and see your Nigerian youth trying to leave this country so bad. The image is in trouble. We need to do something more. While you sit here, head buried in the sand, telling me grassroots are happy, everybody is happy.
Are you done?
The question would be to you to continue this conversation and give you direction is that section of the unhappy ones, is there a communication gap between policies of government and their knowledge and awareness of political happenings?
Okay, please, Joy, I need you to be realistic here.
Right.
Is it possible for everybody you ever knew in life to be happy with you?
No, of course not.
All right, that's good. So we're not talking about those ones who are not happy with us, because we have people who are happy with us, and I am a weakness of that. I've seen it real life. They're trying to tell us, go, Baba, go. In fact, 2027 is confirmed. So that's for you to say on your own point. Maybe most people you talk to are not happy, but most people I talk to are very happy, very, very happy.
So Let me. The country
Joe, you want me to talk? Right. NIDCOM have actually put out a statement that now Nigerians are coming back home. You are talking about a situation of 4 years ago, not now. Yes.
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
You're talking about a situation of 4 years ago. If you can give me the statistics that this happenings you're talking about are of present, then you can actually know that yes, we're talking business. Okay. But for you to say that people are traveling out of this country right now, when people are seeing a lot of prosperity opportunities right now, What are you saying? You go and get something that is not going to be favorable to me. That's what you're going to do now. Yes, that's what you're going to do. You go and get some, because it's an internet space. Anybody can get anything they want. Yes. Joy, I need to change you. I need to change you. Wait. I need to change you. I need you to understand that with time, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to get everything in the right direction. You know what they say, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So we are getting to the place where we get the light, full light. No generator. It's going to be transformer. Full hop light. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that everything that Nigerians want to be achieved will be done with the blessing of Nigerians supporting this president to get us to the promised land. We have never been in the promised land, so we don't even know what it feels to have development. How can you fault a president who came to seat of power where there was no light, there was no road, there was insecurity, there was no water, there was debt? We don't have debt anymore. Our debt reserve have been reduced, and now we have increased our reserve. This is the president that is doing this job.
Well, I mean, you could scream all you want, but my question is...
sorry if I'm screaming. Nigerians, I'm sorry.
The purchasing power of an average Nigerian.
Sure.
We in paper tell you about how our foreign debt has reduced. We keep borrowing simultaneously, by the way, but we keep talking about our foreign debt. Purchasing power of an average Nigerian is very low. Do you at least admit that fact?
For the time being.
Oh, for the time being.
For people who can actually really fear it. And let me tell you something, Joy. There's one place you're leaving behind. A government is 3 tiers. And based on grassroots, it's the locality you have the most people who are suffering. Let me land, please. No, if you're going to let me talk on your station, let me be. So let me say something to you, please. After this, you can say, no, why? No, I want to go there. No, because you know it's the truth. No, it's not. No. 3 tiers of government. Wait, 3 tiers of government. Wait, I'm coming, please. Joy, let me land. After this, I will listen to you. Why?
When you talked about the removal of fuel subsidy and you talked about
let me ask you a question. Who was the president in Nigeria who fought for autonomy for local government? Who have ever done that?
Oh, it started with the Buhari administration.
Did they achieve it? Never. And this guy is doing it. What are you people saying? Now let me tell you something you don't understand. Locality now, every locality can hold their local government chairman responsible because money is tripping in. This man fought for it. Governors were on his neck. But he told them that I know government. In Lagos, you have NCDAs, apart from the normal 21 local government areas. They are supporting what grassroots is all about. This man can do everything now. That's why the governors now are having triple of what they used to have before. So what are they doing? There's a disconnection. And that's where these people you're talking about, this grassroots, these poor people are in. So you can't jump 1, 2 to the third without questioning 1, 2 before him. Because he's doing what he's supposed to do to those guys. Local government getting money, governors getting money, nobody's broke. So what are they doing? What intervention are governors doing?
I agree with you. See, this question you just asked is a question I want to ask to you because we have the increased allocation to government. I wanted to go there earlier and you shut me off to say, oh no, that the president had it all figured out.
If I did that.
Yes, you did that.
Sorry.
And now you're taking me right back there.
No, sorry.
Because I asked if that was particularly a good decision to say, you know what? Instead of fixing the road network, instead of fixing and ensuring that we had CNG buses that fixed the unfortunate transportation problems we still are facing right now and here. In the FCT, it is embarrassing to be driving back from home every evening and see Nigerians, hardworking Nigerians, completely overwhelmed and frustrated with their jumping and hitchhiking, which is another security threat, by the way.
Have you seen the bus terminal across FCT? Who funded that? I'm clapping for my president. He's doing what nobody has ever done.
Right.
FCT is the capital of Nigeria. No terminal before now.
And I'm saying...
we have Mabushi, we have Central area, we have... What are we saying?
Aliyu, let's stop talking about Abuja. You just mentioned the
several
tiers. I said even in the FCT.
And that's what I'm trying to clarify.
And I'm saying that. Yeah. What is this president doing while we can clap here for increased allocation in state government, what is he doing to ensure that the monies are indeed kept? Because if he has the powers that he has as the Nigerian federal government, is he engaging with state government that it is no longer a rise economy where each time Nigerians sit up and stand up and fight and start saying, you know what, we don't want this again, the governors bring palliatives, and you want us to appreciate the increased allocation. What is he doing to ensure
Joy,
that?
please, this narrative you're trying to push on the president, it's unfair because now, let me let you know, I contested an election in 2023, and I must tell you the biggest problem of Nigeria are the electorate. You know a leader is bad. You know what he did was underperforming. And you still, because of 5,000 naira or 2,000 naira or whatever stomach infrastructure he gave you a day before election, to still go vote for that same person.
That's
is it the fault?
reality.
Wait, is it the fault of the president? Now every governor should be accountable for what it's doing.
I agree.
If it's not doing what it's supposed to do with the increased allocation given to him, it should be voted out. And guess what? Governors across the state are performing wonderfully. Those who are not performing wonderfully, you kick them out. Because the president, I've told you, review, showed, and proved beyond reasonable doubt that now they have more money to themselves.
Okay. So how does that help the one person in state who is clapping for the president for increased allocation but does not see dividends of democracy?
So it's not the fault of the president, the fault of the governor.
Exactly.
And the president, I've always talked to the governor in several meetings that please, you should represent me in your state. Do what this money was meant to be used for.
So where does the City Boy movement come in ensuring that awareness gap?
We have been having a lot.
Because we have this conversation. I had this conversation with your DG some time ago, where I said, if a Nigerian comes out of his home and the gutters are clogged, for instance, Tinubu is not working, and there are political awareness gaps. Where is City Boy coming in that?
Very good. City Boy is coming in that for better enlightenment, engagement, grooming youth for leadership for tomorrow. That's a key thing, because if you don't enlighten,
I wish we had more time.
If we don't enlighten, if we don't enlighten people as regards what leadership is all about, they'll go there and mess up. So we are grooming them to have standard, not substandard, standard quality leaders. City Boy have been doing that in almost all the states in the federation. And that's why I said kudos to Barrister Sheyi Tinubu, who is a grand patron and have been able to navigate this opportunity for us to, engage youth, enlighten them, and get them to do what they are supposed to do if eventually they get an opportunity to be leaders of tomorrow. And that's what City Boy have been doing. And you can't take that as a 0. Of course, you take that as a 100%.
Oh, absolutely. Because I am all for increased electoral awareness among Nigerians.
Are we doing that?
Well, I'm happy you are doing that.
Thank you very much.
The election year is just by the corner. I mean, Nigerians or politicians have started consultations and engagements and all of that, which is something we celebrate, because I've always said, if you want to contest an election, if you're a serious person, you start early. And I'm seeing a lot of people start early. Would you say that the Nigerian youth are politically aware enough to go there and vote? You saw the outcome of the general elections, where there were litigations after electoral process. Would you say that we are there yet? Nigerians know that their vote will count. Nigerians are politically aware enough to say, you know what, I am voting this person in office, back in office, or whatever, because I know that this person performed well here, and here, and not followed the narrative that can be sometimes unfortunate and untrue.
One of the good things of being a supporter of Mr. President is that it's easy to support him. It's not a hard job to support a president that is actually working tirelessly. I put that, stressing it emphatically, that this man has been doing his bit. And the example is what you see in Anambra State.
What's happening in Anambra State?
Good. Anambra State just concluded an election, a governorship election. It's a different... Wait, calm down. It's a different ball game.
Okay.
We have not been able to hear in a long while that a loser is going to the court.
In Anambra State.
Yes, we have not heard any litigation issue, and that's because that was his first election. That was a litmus test for Mr. President when it comes to electionary, and you can see that he has a candidate from APC. There was a candidate of ABGA.
Did your has your president ever hidden his fact that there's a love romance between Soludo and him?
My president is a nationalist, a bridge builder.
I'm asking.
And that's what I'm trying to
Soludo
tell you.
has been very, very clear from the word go. In spite of being an ABGA governor, will tell you that my vote is for the president, President Tinubu.
Yes, because he knows what is good and he knows what is best.
Exactly.
So let's not go there. That is for somebody who is a PhD holder in economics. We can't even test that.
Yeah, so let's not go there.
Soludo is not a illiterate. He was a former CBN governor. He had a PhD.
Yeah, you're right. Let's not go there.
So when he says he's supporting a president like Mr. President Tinubu, he knows what he's saying
because he's a politician at the end of the day.
No, being a politician doesn't mean you should support the wrong things.
He wants to be a two-time governor.
He is the governor of Anambra, and he's seeing that someone like Peter Obi have not done anything in Anambra State. What is different? Let somebody come out to tell me one differential infrastructure or development Peter Obi did in Anambra State. One differential.
I really wish.
Differential. When I mean differential, I'm not talking about the regular roads. Differential means like what Mr. President did in Lagos, the Atlantic area, the Lekki Free Trade Zone. That guy, if you go to Lagos 1999, that was a heap of.
While it will be sensational to get to this conversation of Anambra State, Peter Obi, I would really love us to go back because, again, like I said, believe it or not, we've gone almost an hour into this conversation. Right. I would like us to go back to what the City Boy movement has been doing for enhanced political awareness. And my problem, especially with politicians as the electioneering begins, is the kind of narrative that is sent. Sometimes it is not born out of true happenings, So what are you doing to ensure that there's no calumny, there's no intimidation that we often record during elections? Is that part of something you do at the City Boy movement?
Yeah, we do selling our product, and the product we have on ground is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We've sold our product.
Oh, not Peter Obi, because you mentioned him for a bit there. I thought it was
Peter Obi can never be a product to be sold, and that's why we never be the president of Nigeria.
Okay, so
and let me tell you why I'm saying this. We like I told you, one of the easy job doing this is because it's easy to support a president who have been striving in developmental ways or progress. And we have been trying to tell people what he has been doing, what he's about to do, what he's going to be doing. And engagement is key, and enlightenment is key. And on our part at City Boy Movement, we have been doing empowerment. Empowerment is key. We understand that people are going through one or two itches because of, the economic policy, which is for a betterment for the country in general. We're not talking about today, because if you eat your food and belly food today, what about tomorrow? What are you going to get if you never had what you had yesterday? So we are going for, a one-on-one engagement. We're going to reach out, and we have been doing our bit in terms of, empowerment. And this is not just for the youth, for the women also. We have empowered a lot of women. I think in Lagos, we did a lot of empowerment. And even Edo, we did a lot of empowerment. And guess what? We have always pinched our tent with people who are performing. That's just one credibility about City Boy Movement.
So when you have...
We have always pinched our tent with people that are performing.
So when you have someone within your... Is it within the political party, the APC? Is that where you... I mean, you just talked about pitching your tent.
We care more about Nigerians than political parties.
So what determines where you go in the case... If a PDP... a governor right now is delivering, like you said, whatever day, I don't know what
we can go there and do what we are doing by supporting him.
Right.
And who knows, since like minds always come together, he might revert to where he's supposed to be in the end of the day. That's the APC. So
Okay.
this is
So
it.
only in APC can he thrive.
No,
As
he's
a
thriving in
delivering.
PDP.
Right.
If he's thriving in PDP or other parties, we have
Okay.
Alex Oti in Labour Party. We have Abga in Soludu in Anambra State. Nobody's
Right.
forcing them to come to APC, but they are thriving. They are doing well, and we are supporting them. Our key policy is Nigerians. Nigerian youth, Nigerian women. And we've been doing our best to support whoever is performing to get to the promised land.
Okay, so finally, what is your honest message to Nigerians who feel maybe exhausted, impatient, and maybe unconvinced by promises that they have heard about the future gains, the way it's going to happen at some point? What's your candid message to them?
My candid message to Nigerians, sincerely speaking, Nigerians, is that we have to give Mr. President the support. We have to pray for him, and we have to ensure that we always strive in our various capacity in life. This president have only told us that only the hard worker gets what is earned. And in the past, that was never what it is. Somebody can sit at home and earn what is not supposed to be earned. But in the situation where you are working in this country, in this present dispensation, you're definitely going to succeed. So what I'm trying to say is we're going to get there. Like I said, at the end of the tunnel, there's a light, and the light is full light, not half.
Not half.
Yeah.
It's going to be a full light at the end of the tunnel. That has been Mustafa Mo Aliyu. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you, Joy.
Kudos to what you do in political awareness, which is what, if you ask me, Nigerian young people really need more than anything. And well done to the City Boy movement for what you do. Thank you for being part of the show. Hopefully you would come again and we have better discussions. But this is where we end today's edition of Joy Asonye Live. This administration insists that the pain is temporary, but Nigerians want timelines, transparency, proof. How long is too long for reforms to make sense to the people? That's it for the show today. Have a wonderful evening.